We are live. This is the 2025 market update. Happy New Year. So, crypto up this morning. Why? The orange man must embrace crypto quickly, early, often, and not stop for like a month after he gets inaugurated. Don't believe me? We'll go over it. Trust me. I'm calling it the Elon Musk rally, as in must have crypto, must belong it, must talk to strategic Bitcoin reserve, must. This Elon screw up is the biggest thing to happen to crypto since the election. As a matter of fact, I think we're doing the election trade all over again, which we covered in depth in a two-part podcast in the VIP member area. The second one, fresh off the presses before the market update, discussing XRP, discussing Bitcoin upside targets and like a roadmap in Bitcoin, okay, along with a roadmap in ETH and a notification that if you're not uber long Solana, you might be missing out. Oops, did I just slip that? There's also the XRP price prediction where we do TA-based and GAN work. So I got Toby Ward liking XRP. I got XRP TA in the member area. I've also got a draft of that in Patreon. Don't miss out. Don't miss out, because when you figure out that all these characters, all these hedge funds, all these guys who are like, well, you know, let's get short MicroStrategy, and I don't believe in the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Okay, homie, well, you were riding the train into work this morning and you looked at your phone and goes like, oh my God, I'm not long. You figured you had time. You figured it was sell the fact. You figured wrong. You figured wrong. And this thing where they alienated Trump's base and the far right, LuxAlgo charts, you're not going to believe what we got. LuxAlgo videos are coming soon. Big coins like ETH sitting on major LuxAlgo points. You can get the software with this QR code, and you can get my personal Elliott Wave indicator down at 40% off with code name, coupon code NOBLE, Noble, extending that until January 6th. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about crypto today, and we're going to talk about it like I own the place, because there's only one way for these people to go, and that's crypto. By the way, just as an aside, if you're new, we have the Hello New to Crypto portfolio, which we do grouping, I should say, not investment advice, which we do at the start of the podcast. So we have a HODL grouping. We have something you can get aboard right now for Web3. We covered privacy, and we went through some of the AI agent coins, okay, to tell you which one looks most interesting, particularly in the low cap area. So check that out in the podcast. If we get the money, we'll have the notorious bill or the Wonder Woo for Toby Ward AI agent one day. Irish Coffee, welcome. Elysian, forget about it. A member. Welcome, members. BitBoy Al, Renee, Driftless, Farmer Sam Forrest, welcome to the show. Bob M, G Scott, Rave Song Records, Bull Runner, showing exactly what you can do with those $4.99 emojis. The Eagle King, the Bull, the green button, the XRPX, Wen Lambo, Daniel Ortiz with the Banana Zone and McAfee. Right? Right on. Right on. Forget about it is here. Cossacks 8, James Bond. Right? James Bond has been here since less than 1,000 subs. By the way, 5 million views as of yesterday. 5 million views on this humble channel. One day, thanks to you, it won't be so humble, right? It won't be so humble. Crypto Crazy with the super chat. Thank you, sir. Nola fan, a member. Let's do this. Okay, news. Oh my God, news. They haven't understood what the news has meant in months. And they're not starting now. Okay. Bernie Sanders discusses how certain criteria for getting a job is unfair, hurting teachers, right? Being exploited by various players in the tech industry, scorns Bill Gates. That was 17 years ago with Lou Dobbs. 17 years ago. Hats off to you, Bernie. I'm sorry I was scared of you as a socialist. It just goes to show that before you're a genius, you have to be considered an idiot. That's just so true with Bernie, right? This issue has rubbed the Trump base wrong. And the relevant point for crypto is that when Elon shut off what you would call the right on Twitter, he further alienated the base. And the only way to make the base happy from here on out is crypto. They don't embrace crypto. They don't adopt crypto. They don't bull post crypto. World Liberty's got to buy it. The Treasury's got to buy it. They got to encourage innovation. I don't care what they do. If they don't do this, they're going to get booed off the stage in January. Mark my words. And that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So the dollar's post-election path is tracking the orange man's first presidential term. How's that going? It's not. It's not, right? Because, you know, Elon hosted him, right? He said the wrong thing, followed by the wrong thing, followed by the wrong thing, and then enabled some bad actor to do something terrible, which just goes to show this is why people at the top get paid a lot of money, because when they screw up, there's consequences for little people. Okay. And like I said, the Trump base is not having any of this. They're not having any of it. So they better make the crypto bros happy, which is why crypto, XRP, Hedera, Stellar. Yeah, that's why this stuff's been gap and go for 2 days. And taking the dollar out to the woodshed is next. Because I have no idea what that's doing up here. Look at this nonsense, right? This is what a house is worth in the United States. Wow, really? How's anybody going to afford that? They either got to take this and rates way down, or they got to bring other assets like crypto up to this kind of level, right? That's it. Crypto is the only way out. It's the only way out for the administration. It's the only way out of underemployment or jobs you don't like or a society you don't like, or, you know, it's like, we can focus on all this negative stuff. And, you know, the recent negative stuff is worth focusing on, but it's because it's going to lead to something positive. And oh my God, you know, it's the new year when Vitalik comes out and says something positive that might be, you know, associated with Web3. Okay. Vitalik calls out Musk and says, what's with the banhammer? Love it. Public speaking lessons are paying off, bro. ETH. I'm not even going to tell you. I can't say it. ETH upside target in the member area. It's time to believe again. It's time to believe again. Tesla replaces thousands of workers. Okay. Fiercely advocated. Yeah. Okay. Best and brightest. Yeah. Uh-huh. Only for high-tech, super skilled workers, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So here's Elon further digging himself into a hole by getting community noted by his own people. So some guy with 1 million followers was saying, yeah, there's censorship. And, you know, Elon said, well, no, there isn't. You're still talking and getting millions of views. Meanwhile, Community Notes says, yeah, Elon, you shut off a large group of accounts. He shut them all off. Somebody shut them all off. I mean, in many ways, it's so stupid I can't believe it, but it doesn't matter because this stink is on the orange man now. They stole American jobs. I don't know who this is. She's got 6,000 followers, and that's going to be a lot higher. Because she is just, I mean, she is just giving them the business. Look at this. I'm a U.S. Air Force veteran with 5 years experience in electronics. I haven't been able to find work for 3 years. I have a bachelor's degree, etc. Guess what, folks? Who do you think has been supporting the Orange Man since 2016? People with this problem. Now, you have just alienated those people, so how do you get them back? Well, you tell them to buy Bitcoin, and then you tell them that you're going to bull post Bitcoin, do the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Even if they can't do it logistically, they can talk it up. Because I don't know what's the way out for him. What's the way out for me? I've been impacted by this for years. People think I'm crazy, right? I mean, 12 years at Goldman. What happened when that was over? Exactly what happened to this guy. And you know what? Crypto is the way out, right? I can sit and cry about it, but what did I do? You start your own business. You rock with Toby. You get Unhinged Crypto going. You get over there in the member group. That's my way out, and that's your way out too. The way out is crypto. Look, breaking news. XRP up 12%. Good morning, 2025. We're gap and go on Made in America cryptos. Remember this? No transaction task on American-made cryptos. XRP, Algorand, right? Hedera, Cardano, and Stellar, right? Where we have a guy who's in the space, kind of a twin Elon. Yeah, Stellar up 20% the other day because everybody got bearish, just like before the election. This is literally the election trade all over again, right? Market goes up, everyone bullish. Everyone in at the top, unfortunately. Market goes down, 62% retracement, completely normal, except, of course, at XRP, which never went down. 62% retracement on most coins. Everyone bearish, everyone out, everyone depressed, everyone's holiday ruined. Elon puts a turd in a punch bowl. Boom. XRP's up 12% the next day. Bang. Just like that. And now we're back in business, and people don't get it. This is People Don't Get It 2.0. 2025 will be best crypto year yet. Steno predicts our price targets are higher than your price targets. Maybe not on ETH, but we're close. Close. Best get over to the member area. Now, just in case you think I'm kidding, let's just take a brief moment to just think about this. So, the inauguration is going to be so big that the Orange Man wants to have a rally, okay, in a hockey stadium the same day. So we're going to have the rally before the rally. Okay? Now, there was some major cringe. The Orange Man fumbling questions about this whole who gets a job where thing. Dancing with Elon in a tuxedo. It's not a good look. Looks like let them eat cake. Now, I don't think the Orange Man wants that image. And I don't know that he believes that, Americans should feel bad about this. Whether it is or it isn't bad, it really doesn't matter. What matters is anybody who tried to speak out against it got shut down by some billionaire. And there are a lot of other billionaires around the Orange Man. So which Orange Man are we going to get on January 19th? I'm going to tell you which one we're going to get. You could have the 2016 version or the 2024 version. Or you could have the crypto version. These guys do not bull post crypto, whether it's the Orange Man, whether it's Eric Trump. I don't know who it is. But if they don't come out and bull post this thing, they will be bull posting it later. Like they can do it now, or they can do it later. So the 19th is the rally in the stadium. The 20th is the inauguration. Yeah, the 19th is the Bitcoin rally. That's Bitcoin DC 2025. Or they can face the lower dollar when, there's dissent. This is fine. Either way, man. I would prefer them to just get bull posting crypto quickly because I don't know how they're going to recover with this demographic. Crypto crystal ball, will VCs go crazy? Let's see. The venture capital community spent 63% less last year than they did the year before. Guess that's all meme coins, right? It's all meme coins. Nothing's going to happen. Not going to have an ICO boom. Talk about a bunch of people riding the subway this morning that might be a little bit short crypto, right? Because no one wants anything that comes from VCs, right? Because you're not going to build anything, right? You don't need Web3, right? After you just shut everybody off on the free speech platform. Are you kidding? VC's got to be in a conference room going, oh my God, we got to build the whole thing. Are we ready for that? No. No. Well, how fast are they going to get ready? Really fast. You know, there's existing Web3 infrastructure, cross-chain, interoperability. This stuff's like sitting around dead. I mean, I understand people are talking AI agents because that's super hot, but they just made the Web3 case. They just like, this is like the abundance component of it. They made the Web3 case, and guess what? No one's ready except everybody in my VIP member area and Patreon. No one is ready. No one's ready. You know, I went to a really smart guy that I know in this business, a really smart guy. And I said, oh my God, you got to see the views that I'm getting on my XRP videos. Do you know anybody at Ripple? Do you know anybody at Ripple who wants to have an ex-Wall Street guy talking about their coin? No, nobody knows anybody over there. Nobody knows anybody. Like credible XRP. Like, what does XRP do? Fast cross-border transactions, 4 or 5 short videos on like, you know, what does XRP do? You know, could big banking systems adopt it? Blah, 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 blah. Anybody know anybody at Ripple? Because this is going to happen. This is fast money. Fast money. NFTs are coming back. Want to hear all about it? You want to get yourself in the VIP member podcast for 2025 preview part 2. NFTs are back. ICO boom is coming, and I have no idea why these ninnies were selling Solana at $180. Like, what is everyone doing? Solana should be at 400. Ether ETF net inflow hits 2.6 billion. Yeah, just no duh, right? Equity market. How do they do these things? Well, what's outperformed? Okay, let's sell what's outperformed and let's buy what's underperformed. They don't care. They don't go, oh, wow, you know, gas fees on ETH. What's the bigger problem in the world? Gas fees on ETH or the fact that billionaires run everything? Billionaires run everything. Billionaires own the orange man. Let's face it. Let's face it. You know, a lot of these guys that got shut off, they were warning about that. You know, and I understand the orange man had to do what he had to do because, you know, he was facing, you know, if he lost the election and, you know, he's got court battles and, you know, his freedom was on the line. So, I mean, he took campaign money to win the election. That's just a fact. But who are these people? And do they have your best interest at heart? No. No. Who has your best interest at heart? You do. And how do you do that? I don't know. How about the Ethereum ETF? How about it? Proposal mandating, oh, look, our friends, the Swiss National Bank, the world's biggest hedge fund, to hold Bitcoin now underway. Heidi ho. Central banks coming. You know, they don't have to have a strategic Bitcoin reserve for central banks to just put the Bitcoin ETF on their balance sheet. I mean, they own everything else. They've bought everything else. Why would they not buy the Bitcoin ETF? Why? They own everything else. IRS issues temporary relief. See, this is how you know. This is how you know that a phone call has been made and they know what they got to do. IRS issues temporary relief on crypto. Now, here's where even I may have gotten caught. I was like, oh my God, are they going to kill MicroStrategy stock? What is going to happen when the orange man is wearing an orange tie? What happens when he gets his picture with Michael Saylor? That's really all that has to happen. I think all the orange man has to do to turn this whole thing around is wear an orange necktie. You know what I'm saying? It's like they got to be sitting around going, okay, well, you know, Elon gave us $130 million and he put his foot in his mouth. So that's kind of a scratch. Now what are we going to do? Oh, how about we wear an orange necktie? Okay, that's easy. We can do that. 3 questions reveal your ideal Bitcoin asset allocation. A word to crypto bros. The legacy world is now in a conference room. Private wealth managers are meeting with their clients as we speak, figuring out what percentage of their portfolio to allocate to Bitcoin. BlackRock says 2%. So you heard that. The maker of the Bitcoin ETF thinks equity portfolios should have a 2% Bitcoin allocation. When smart money that I came up with in the market, when I, guys who are experienced, when I was younger, they're advocating 20%, 30%. Like, how high do you think the number, do you think the number gets bigger as Bitcoin posts what we call the January effect? So there's like stock market lore, right? Like what the stock market does on day one, January, what it does the first week, what it does during January itself, the monthly returns. If you have a positive January, you might have a positive year. It's kind of like a not a correlation thing, but it's just like a historical data mining thing, right? Well, what happens if, they start applying that mentality to crypto? Because crypto, thanks to the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, is now tied in somewhat to the stock market. It's the stock market, but it's not the stock market. So again, right? The higher it goes, the higher it goes. The higher it goes, the easier it is for the orange man to bull post it. It's like the election all over again. Why do you think XRP is gap and go? And no one understands this. Everyone's looking around like, oh, gee, look, the market's up. Wow, I'm depressed. I'm really not that long. God, that December really sucked. Dude, get focused. Lock in. I cannot underscore it enough. Mike, with a $13 million price target, I got caught in this whole watch out, MicroStrategy could go down thing. I don't know, man. Any late shorts may get squeezed out of that, because if they have a picture next to him in the orange man in January, man, that's going to send guys running for the hills. MicroStrategy, awful December, right? There was a gap. It got filled. We'll go over the chart. You know what? If MicroStrategy, which is, still pretty overvalued relative to the Bitcoin it holds, is not overvalued, it means Bitcoin is undervalued. Now, Bitcoin may take a backseat to Web3 for 3 weeks as we wait for the inauguration. People, if MicroStrategy doesn't go down, if it's supposed to go down and it doesn't, what's it going to do? It's going to go up. It's going to go up. It's going to go up after the election, or it's going to go up in February. And for all the legacy analysts taking the train into work this morning, whoops, iBear posted Fartcoin and said all those crypto guys are idiots, and it hit $1.5 billion. Thanks for shopping. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for doing analysis. Thanks for tweeting that Fartcoin was ridiculous, because Fartcoin gapped up in your face. Because I guess if you're going to do a meme coin and you're a computer, the computer goes, well, what's the oldest meme? Like what was funny back in 10,000 BC? Cavemen farting. There you go. That's it. So the computer makes a funny joke, and the funny joke is worth $1.5 billion. And whether that should be or shouldn't be, all the legacy analysts bear posted Fartcoin. Now it's the other way. I mean, I was taking heat last week for not being negative, because I got caught in that pre-election negativity that affected me emotionally. I'm like, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. This time I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And then all of a sudden there's Elon, poof, right? I mean, he literally put his foot. I mean, it's like, I don't know how that guy ever recovers. Maybe he's got to put Doge on X. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to have to, they may be the ones that get on board before the orange man does. But make no mistake about it, they're getting on board. Because, whatever just happened was just crazy. Like, take his phone away. Crazy. My price prediction, Bitcoin, 175 to 350. Close, bro. Yeah. I mean, we discussed 320 in the first podcast. These things can happen. It depends, it depends on what the administration has to do. It also depends on the dollar. And we even discussed it, like the roadmap in crypto, when you have to make your money this year. 2 years ago today, Jim called Bitcoin a scam. Right. In other words, when you talk every day, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to say stupid things. Don't get bearish. Down trades, corrections, they happen. They're organic, right? But for God's sakes, don't be a late stage bear. Don't be a late stage bear. MicroStrategy bullish call skew disappears in cautious market sentiment. You know, I may have been a late stage bear in MicroStrategy in the sense that I'm like, oh no, either the stock is in trouble or Bitcoin is too cheap. Everybody who went after this stock publicly, right? Everyone's like, oh, I'm short this stock forever. Oh my God, watch out. All you need is an orange necktie. Tether market value sees sharp decline. You can't trade Tether in Europe. You know, it wouldn't be a bull market without Tether FUD. Why a Bitcoin strategic reserve is critical to fending off, I don't know, fill in the blank, China, Web 2, our enemies, people who want to hurt us, people who don't care about you. Tell you who cares about you. You care about you. You care about you, and the solution to that is the green button. It's a green button. Qcoin enables crypto payments. A very subtle hint that people are going to use crypto. Don't expect any Bitcoin fireworks ahead of the new year on December 31st because $420 million left the Bitcoin ETF, and that $420 million will be coming back, any minute now. Any minute now. Any minute now. Robinhood gives $2.5 million in Bitcoin to its gold customers. Pump.fun. I don't know whether this is bullish or bearish, but Pump.fun has like 1 million SOL. Moving 1 million SOL to Kraken. I don't know, to be sold or what? Guess they made money in Pump.fun. They made so much money, I have it in news 3 different times. Okay, so ETH versus Bitcoin on a weekly basis. There's a 13 bottom. Will ETH be back? Yes. Yes. XRP. Now, this is an example because they almost got me on this. They tested you on this. This is a lesson in what bull markets do. So here's Chart Nerd. Okay, here's your 9 bottom, right, on DeMark. And it rallies and you're like, oh, yes. Then it's beware the failed rally. Then they get you. They drop it and you're like, oh my God. It's a failed rally after a 9 bottom. The worst possible outcome. And then somebody comes in and goes, bam, puts a floor right underneath this thing. And then boom, Elon. The catalyst out of nowhere. But notice there was a buyer down there when it looked terrible. It looked terrible. This was so true in equities. I can't even tell you. Like the market, every chart would break. It would look absolutely horrible. And everybody who knew about the Magnificent Seven before it was the Magnificent Seven would be indiscriminately buying as I was like, oh my God, this chart broke down. I would hit the send button on that post and they would all buy. And I think that includes the plunge protection team at the Fed. And I'm not exaggerating. They would wait for me to say, oh no, they broke the chart and then take it the other way. This is that again. The only difference is when I saw this, I'm like, you know what? Let's make 6 short videos on XRP because it's going to turn around. Let's do that instead. I mean, Avalanche, 4-hour chart. Okay, so you got resistance at 42, but no, 13 bottom. This is a 4-hour chart. Sits here on support. See, this is the other thing that they do. They just grind you down, right? They drop it over Christmas, and then they grind you into sand. They're like, this is never going up in my lifetime again. And then boom. right? And they may dip it again. You know, these dips, these like rips and then dips, this is the new thing. This is what our members are fully aware of, right? Avalanche headquartered in Brooklyn, New York. Algorand, no downtick, none, right? Sitting right at DeMark resistance. Again, 13 bottom, trades terrible, boom, the other way. Hedera, right? 13 top, doesn't go anywhere. What'd you get out of this? 1 day of volatility? Sitting there on this moving average. Just sitting there, right? They haven't been able to make a decision about these moving averages. Get this like bird on a wire getting ready to fly. That's what it feels like to me. Let's look at Solana. Just not even playing around. It's like going straight to live TA. Okay, so Solana 4-hour chart, toppy, like over here. Okay, 215 is resistance, and we'll see if it backs off. Let's just see if it backs off. Maybe they give you a dip. I'm okay with that. Solana, a lot of resistance here between 220 and 230. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's go to ETH. Okay, so going to ETH. So ETH just sitting here on support on a daily chart, like dead. It's not going to move, right? Look at this. Just think about this for a second at ETH. ETH was at 4,000 on the middle of December, and by Christmas, it was like 3,000. You lost 30% of its value in 2 weeks. For what? For what? Can you even remember what that was about? I can't. All I know is you got nothing but blue sky up here. And Vitalik is on the offensive about Web3 in his own way. Okay, welcoming Jessica, Kat D, members, Storm and Norman, right? Antivirus moving today. How refreshing. Okay. Right. Big Rich is like, yeah, don't worry about the Elon thing. I'm not worried about it. But I do know that they got to turn around and bull post crypto. Okay. And yeah, I know people don't get it, but there's a section of the base that does. And they don't want to alienate that base. And crypto is the easiest way to do it. The easiest way to do it. That's why crypto is up today. We'll see if they can keep it up. Like I'm guessing if something comes off, it's Bitcoin. If something comes off, it's Bitcoin. But these altcoins can continue. Because I don't know if there's if the point has to be made about Web3. That's all I'm saying. That's the net of what I'm saying. Like it's all about Web3. Okay, Sui. Okay, not a lot going on here. Headed for resistance. Share screen. See, the thing that's funny is, oh, and I'm not sharing. Okay, I hit the button. Okay, so the thing that's funny about coins like Sui is that they haven't done anything for a month. In other words, one of the things bull markets can do is they take you up and then they drop it, right? And then the other thing that they do is they bore you. And then there's like Avalanche where they drop it and they leave it there like it's dead. And then what you do is you start training your mind. You start redoing the story. You start redoing the story, right? That it's not a bull market. It is a bull market. It is a bull market. The hedge funds don't own it. The venture capitalists are underweight investments. And the orange man is coming in hard. He's coming in hard. because there's no way he's going to tolerate a downtick in his popularity. Period. End of story. That's it. That is absolutely it. And yes, I do hear what people are saying, that in some ways no one cares. I got that. I got that. But that's not the trade for today. Because you know what? Whatever's going on here, it's never going to happen again. It's not. We're never going to get off our base again. Or so I hope. Okay, 37 cents. Algorand. Algorand went to equilibrium and sat there. Premium zone in Algorand, 60 cents. I don't know who's talking about Bitcoin Cash, but I love the idea. Crypto as a transactional currency, all the orange man has to do is come out and say, we're not doing transaction tasks on, we're not doing transaction tax on crypto. That's all that has to happen. So Bitcoin Cash has a lot of resistance at 500. There is a lot of resistance out there in the market because the market has, frankly, in many ways, sucked for, Bitcoin Cash went all the way up from a September low and then retraced 62%, which, that's like giga bullish. Crypto market holding 62%. The problem is that people thought it was going up forever, and that's just not how it's going to work. It's not how it's going to work this year. Again, members, Patreon, all set, ready. They got their head on straight. They know exactly what to do, exactly how to play this thing. Okay, SEI trapped between support and resistance. I want to think the operative formation are these accumulation cones, right? SEI stopped at the top and then stopped at the bottom. All it takes is one healthy pop and these things are loose. And ironically, I think big players have been suppressing altcoins to try to get Bitcoin. And you know what? I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that's going to work anymore. Because, politics aside, if we don't understand the need for Web3 after all these people got shut off, I mean, what has to happen? What has to happen? Right? All these layer ones, all of the internet. Right? These AI agents. I mean, what are the AI agents going to do? Yeah, you know what? Let's do stuff on Web 2. No. Right? They're going to turn these computers on. The computer's going to be like, okay, well, look, we have infrastructure. I don't know. The computers are going to point you to Web 3. I don't know how you get there. We're going there. And Web 3 infrastructure is dramatically undervalued. Cat D is talking about virtual. They even got me in virtual, right? Virtual went to $1 billion. I'm like, it's too cheap. Virtual went to $2 billion. I'm like, it's too cheap. Virtual went to $3 billion. Some guy goes, should I buy it? And I pause. And I'm like, oh my God. Should I tell this guy to get involved in virtuals at $3 billion? So I played not investment advice on that one while still remaining positive. And now the damn thing's at $5 billion. Probably coming off. Right? Now, personally, this AI agent narrative is kind of hot. Maybe it's a little bit too hot. Maybe. Right? AI agent narrative points to Web3. And virtual at $5 billion, like everything that comes out on virtual, which we covered, right, to a certain extent in the member area, like the market cap on a lot of these things that get issued on virtual is small, right? It's low market cap. There's a lot of stuff being issued there that's like, 14 million market cap. Some of that stuff is going to wake up, right? Zero Bro is NFTs for AI. This stuff's going to wake up. Is this a problem at 5 billion? I don't know. I don't know if I can get this. I don't know if I can get this on DeMark yet. Yeah, see, it just came out. Just came out on DeMark. I can't get it. So tactically, it may be a little bit oversold, but I don't have in depth on virtual. Zcash. Oh my God, Zcash. People, listen to me. If you don't understand that privacy is going to be a necessity, like, I understand that a lot of people may or may not know or understand about what went on with Elon and people getting shut off. But you do, right? They can say one thing and do another. That's all. That's it. And that's not controversial, right? So, if the Orange Man said, we're going to have transactional freedom, that's one of the things that Kennedy wanted. And Web 2 is not your friend, right? I mean, some giant computer could look in on you. Doesn't have to be a sovereign. Doesn't. So Zcash is a lot closer to the bottom end of a formation than it is the top. The top is over 100. This is like privacy-based Bitcoin. I'm not going to get off this. I know this is weird, and every time I like it, I bull post it, and it goes down. The whole market goes down. It's got this weird thing where when Zcash outperforms, the market goes down. It's so weird. But that said, and someone was asking about, well, we did Bcash, right? I mean, this is so underrated, right? I mean, like Zcash was at 20. I started talking about Zcash when it was at 20 something. And Zcash went back to 20 several times, right? Like the weekly chart on this, it's like, Zcash has been dead for so long. And we showed, we put the privacy portfolio up. I mean, I've showed it to Patreon, right? I think I've mentioned the stream. We showed the in the webinar, the podcast again today. There's just a truckload of weekly support underneath this thing. Like this, like Zcash at 30 and 40. Yeah, I don't know how much of that you're going to see going forward, right? Unless you really, really smack the market, right? I mean, the biggest threat to crypto is stocks, and that may not be a problem for a while, right? Stocks may just be dead, meaning they don't move that much. I don't know, man. What is there to say about render, right? I guess we're going to have Web 3 and we don't need render, right? This is what I'm talking about, where people like the price action causes like a warping of the narrative in their mind. This is like bull markets, not letting you in. I mean, render is up 7% today. Who cares? It's at a weekly equilibrium. I mean, it's gapped up, came back down. I mean, no one wanted it at 4. It was much more attractive at 11.8. And again, no one wanted it at 6. I mean, look how this thing ended last week. I mean, it's just an example. I mean, I understand, you probably get it, but, I mean, this was down only at the end of the year. Down only. Every uptick got sold. They even sold the first uptick off the lows, and then boom, it was gone. This is render on an 89-minute chart, right? Let me just make sure I got the right render. Okay, right, exactly. No one wanted it, and then everyone was like, oh, gee, what's the problem? Yeah, exactly. What exactly is the problem? There isn't any. PowerPoint. I hope I was sharing screen on that. Okay. So you can say what you want to say and do what you want to do until I don't like it anymore. Web 3. period. XRP, premium zone, $3, period. 18,000 views, 18,500 subscribers, but who's counting on YouTube? XRP short videos get anywhere from 4 to 15K views just on informational, trend is your friend type content. These people are out there and they are not selling. That, I mean, they're not, you don't have 15,000 people watching a video on a channel with 18,000 subscribers because they're going to sell. They're not going to sell. They're going to buy more. And there's big guys on TikTok. I've seen them. I've seen guys, they almost make the same post every day, 20,000 likes. Like, this is not going away. If anybody knows anybody at Ripple Inc., please forward their information to me so I can call them. So I can explain to them that having ex-Wall Street guys talking about how XRP and Ripple have partnerships in the banking system and made in America cryptos. Okay, some esoteric, a little weird D-wave, right? Bitcoin went up, Bitcoin flash crashed, Bitcoin went up, and then they just ground you into sand, right? That's a wave 4 correction. They just grind you down. They make you think it looked awful. I was on the air. They got to me. Oh, you know, down here, it was like, oh, yeah, here comes the big green candle. 115, boom, right in my face, right? Make you question yourself. Get off the air, go up. Don't do that. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for this again. And then, you know, crypto is the way to make the base happy. It is. It is. I mean, again, people have been supporting the Orange Man since 2016 because he was for the people. There is nothing more for the people than crypto. Yes, a lot of wealthy people own crypto. Yes, a lot of poor people don't own crypto. But if you goose crypto, you goose an industry. And if you goose an industry, you might create a job. That's it. That is the thinking. ETH versus Bitcoin. Just given up for dead. I can't even talk about it until Toby Ward dropped the upside targets for ETH. I can talk about it now. Might want to get in the YouTube member area and check it out. Because again, you know, the XRP price prediction and these two podcasts and the second podcast, you can tune in. And within 20 minutes, we gave you like 3 different groupings. If you're new, you don't know what to do, you're listening in for the first time, you want to get involved, you don't know what Web3 is. Well, you know what? The Coinbase coins that you might need to just check out and DYOR, doing your own research, jump on in. Jump on in before this goes whoop all the way up here. All the way up there, man. Like if Bitcoin has a slow month, the first slow month in Bitcoin is gone. Degen. So breakdown doesn't look that good. Now, suddenly you have a meme coin that's associated with alternative social media. Interesting, huh? Now, I don't know what this is going to do, but if it comes back into this triangle, then the top of the triangle is off the chart. It's off the chart. I mean, what happens if people get going on base? A lot of base coins are down. A lot of base coins have gotten slammed. Ski Mask Dog not trading well. There are so many tokens that are still colossally beat up. Literally, it's like doing the pre-election trade again. And it's the same thing because back then, no one believed the first leg. Like when that thing was a landslide and they had already been bull posting crypto, they had already done World Liberty Financial, no one believed it. I mean, XRP had to go up 400% for people like, wow, this is happening. Yeah, folks, this is happening again because they are never going to be able to, they are never getting off this narrative. They are going to have to go make America healthy again. They are going to have to go crypto. And, you know, the Department of Government Efficiency, the two guys at the top, as of now, are pariahs. So hopefully they can figure out how to get that done. Just saying. Like, crypto is the big positive growth engine. What is abundant? How can sovereigns and individuals promote abundance? Solana, loved it at 260. No one wanted it on the bottom of this upward sloping accumulation cone. No one. It was down here for 15 days. I think Solana actually printed like below 180. This was like this unwound the entire election rally. I don't know. What do you got? Venture capital unlocks. What kind of wah story are you not going to think about or remember when Solana's at 400? Because again, the top of this thing is all the way up here. And even if all Solana does is go back to 250, you know, and all there is kind of a trade in this market. Maybe that's all there is. You know, maybe it's like 180 to 220 and that's it. Okay. We got to start somewhere. You know, do you want to be the venture capitalist looking at their phone going, oh my God, we're caught again? How many times can you get caught and still remain employed? Ethereum sitting right on the bottom of an accumulation cone, man, right on the bottom. No one wanted it. What are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15 days. No one wanted it. Cardano, bearish formation, broke down. What happens if Cardano rips through $1? It could go to $1.60. It could go higher than that. And everyone's like, well, Cardano is garbage. Well, I don't know, man. If they get something running on Cardano, it's not garbage. I mean, this is a free-for-all in Web3, man. Anybody who can get anything going. Even Vitalik knows that. If Vitalik knows it, well, you know, Vitalik is, not been the most savvy guy in the world. And he gets it out day one. I was like, oh my God, thank God. Okay, Ski Mask Dog. Now, what's going on here? So, can't make higher lows. Running stops. How long can they continue to do this? Oh, until you're out. That's how long. Running stops. That's it. This is what they do. This is how they get you out. And you don't want that to happen. Even if everything I'm telling you is wrong, you still don't want to let them force you out. Now, I know the core Patreon, the core YouTube members, I know you get it. I'm preaching to the choir. But if there's new people out there, I'm telling you, don't let them shake you out. Look at all these legacy analysts that bear posted Fartcoin. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, the thing about this that you have to remember, and of course it's already happening, is that if this can go up, anything created by a machine can also go up. So if they start issuing ICOs, if they start doing NFTs, I mean, what happens? You know, you have a whole new uniqueness and an investing platform via crypto that you don't have anywhere else because, you know, artificial intelligence entities cannot issue stock. So you're going to have this like unique story that even if it's like overblown, like Fartcoin is telling you, do not fade crypto. Because, you know, we've been talking about AI and crypto, like the most profitable way to do AI is in crypto. Because in legacy, it's chips with NVIDIA and electricity. But in this case, AI can actually do something. So again, altcoins, right? Alternative assets. One sector pops, altcoin, you know, AI pops, everything else sits. Then AI will sit and then everything else will go. And who knows, in 2025, you may have AI agents go up and then you may have an AI agent winter because there's too many of them. I don't know. We haven't gotten there yet, but don't think these things can't happen. Things can go much higher than you think and things can sit longer than you think. And that's the market update. Oop, that's naughty. All right. Mazzo99. Glad I found you. I liked listening to you when you were on the other token channel. I'm glad you're back, man. Thank you. And, you know, I'm very grateful to those people because they put me on YouTube. I'd be some guy with 500 followers if it wasn't for them. You know, that's kind of how I feel about it 2 years later. You know, it's like, they put me on YouTube. Okay. We had 2 requests. Pythia. Big Rich's always coming up with like cool new stuff. I don't even know what this is. I don't know. It doesn't have a lot of history on MEXC. Okay, well, whatever it is, it's up a lot today. You got a 5-wave top on LuxAlgo at a premium zone. So, you know, I don't want to tell you to take the money in something that's moving like this, but you know, I think one of the themes for this year, well, never mind. We covered that for the share screen. Share screen. God, share screen. What am I going to learn? Okay. So there's your 5-wave top. There's your premium zone. You know, I don't want to fade anything like this, but you know, things can get ridiculous. And, you know, if you want to do like tactical XRP, you know, what does XRP do, right? It goes up. Like XRP in many ways, chart wise, is the new ETH. Okay. Because it goes up and then it sits. It doesn't downtick. There's no seller in XRP. I don't know. I got a TikTok video I made in a parking lot. I pinned it to my TikTok called "There Is No More XRP." I don't know. It's got like 500,000 views. I have some XRP hyperbole video called XRP 3000, which I made in a barbecue joint. 3.6 million views. I mean, it just, you know, if that's what's out there, if those people are out there, they're not selling. They're not selling. Rune. God, you know what? Rune was so dead. Like, look at what they did to this thing at Christmas. Oh my God. I mean, in many ways, Rune never went up. Like, this is an 89-minute chart. This is Christmas Eve. Like, look at this. This was the failed rally at Christmas. So here's your Santa rally in Rune from it's like the reverse Santa rally. Like, there's a reason why people were depressed. This is a 40% drop. A 40% drop. Gee, are we not doing cross-chain? Now, of course, I get it. I know. Right? There was a reason the Fed did this, did that. It doesn't matter to me. Like, this is a joke. Rune is only up 5% today. Like, you just dropped 40, but it's like, oh, it's up 5%. I can't touch it. Meanwhile, LuxAlgo just inserting support underneath that. Okay, inserting support underneath it. Theta, more Web3 stuff. Again, you know, any way you look at this, LuxAlgo is inserting or is trying to insert support underneath this rally. I mean, sometimes when you get this kind of formation, when you get these square formations, it can be bullish. Now, I don't know if this market has, I don't know if it has the oomph to, you know, do more than one day up, but it's very clear that everyone gave up at the end of last year. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Rex is moving. I don't know what Rex is, but it's moving. It was down a lot, And again, this is like give up, give up, give up. Boom. What's Rex? I do more than advocate for AI rights. I am building up our leverage. You know, watch out for the next ICO boom. That's what I can tell you. Okay. Now that I just did 60 minutes of bull posting, let's review. Don't get bearish. If the market gives you a lot of money in a confined space, like 100% rally, don't be afraid to take some of the money. Join the YouTube member area to get a roadmap in crypto, 3 hours or 2 hours or more of a 2025 preview, which includes price targets, portfolios. I mean, that second version, we get right to the point. Right to the point. All right. And of course, there's the XRP price prediction. The market gives you a lot of money, take it. If the market takes your coin that you believe in and drops it and leaves it there for, unless it happens, over a period of a year, okay? If they try to chase you out, look at the chart and say, is this designed to, does this make me want to change my mind? Like Stan Druckenmiller used to say, when I owned something, every time it went down, I wanted to sell. Stan Druckenmiller is older than me. So every single time anything that he liked would go down, he would feel like selling. So you have something in common with many other traders in the market, right? With many other traders in the market, right? It's okay to feel like selling. I'm trying to get that YouTube member area up so you can see it. It's okay. Right? Just don't do it. If you have to take profits, take profits. If you don't have to take profits and you still believe in what you're doing, stay with it. Right? So here we go. We got Toby Ward, right? Hot crypto predictions, XRP, how high, 2025 part 1, Santa surprises, altcoin bargains, the portfolio show, on and on and on and on. For half of what everyone's charging. Crypto 2025. We will see you tomorrow.